welcome back to This Is L&S. If you're new here, my name is Landon.
If you're new here, welcome. We hope you're here to stay. Welcome to our family. Ohana means
Okay, if you're new here, they don't even know what your name is.
My name is Shyla. I'm a Libra. You're very balanced.
I'm a Libra.
You feel like you're more of like a Scorpio person.
It doesn't matter, I'm a Libra. September 26th, I'm the definition of a Libra.
October 14th, this Sunday.
You're a late Libra. So anyways, we have recently gotten a lot more inquiries, say that? Inquiries? Emails, messages, DMs, talking about SEX, okay?
And other stuff. We've gotten a lot of questions lately.
Which I don't know why, it's not like we're super mature, super old, but we definitely can share stuff that will help, right? We definitely can share some knowledge, drop some knowledge on the younger generation, okay? Which, I mean, we're the younger generation, but people that are younger than us. Younger generation, okay? So this video, we're gonna try to make it as mature as possible because it is a mature subject that you can learn a lot, okay? It is good to know things about SEX, okay? It's good to know things and be prepared because life's gonna hit you fast.
Whiteboard marker. Okay, first lesson about it. What should we call it? I just feel uncomfortable.
Should we talk about our first time? I think that would be like informational to them. We should talk about our first
time. Maybe at the end. Okay. Stay tuned, maybe at the end we'll talk about it. Okay guys, first lesson that a very important movie, an informational movie taught our generation because I don't know if it's a movie that's still common amongst the younger generation. Would you care to read it?
Don't have sex or you will get pregnant and die.
That's from Mean Girls. I'm just kidding.
That's from Mean Girls?
That's like the PE teacher is teaching them like sex ed and that's like his first lesson.
The first lesson?
So I thought it was only appropriate to like...
Okay, well obviously that's not correct. You're not gonna get pregnant and die. Why would you get pregnant and die?
That's what he taught me. I was shook. So where do you start off? Sex makes me all like giggly. Like I feel like sex is like it's just a harsh word, especially if you're looking for like information.
Let's just say make love.
No, because people have intercourse all the time and they don't love each other. Let's just code name it.
Sexual intercourse.
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sprinkles is the code word.
Okay.
Lesson number one about sprinkles, I think would to get as much knowledge, get your knowledge up about sprinkles before you participate in sprinkles.
Let me go with my number two. My number two for boys and girls, everyone alike, wait until you are ready. Like ready physically and emotionally, because I know especially as a woman there's it's made out in society as like a bigger deal, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a bigger deal, so wait until you are ready emotionally. You don't want to regret your decisions because ultimately you shouldn't live with any regrets. So wait until you feel you are ready. You feel like it doesn't have to be with the person that you're in love with and gonna be with for the rest of your life. You do it with the person that you plan to marry. Great for you, that's awesome, but it's just kind of like a stereotype, like, oh, you have to, we'll just leave it at that.
What is this? What?
It's like a stereotype of like, especially for women, men are like, oh yeah, like you're having sex, like great. Women, it's like, you're bad. No, like that's what it is for women, and I don't think that's true at all or fair. But I would say wait until, honestly, what I think a good age is where you're kind of like mentally, emotionally mature enough to maybe even like consider. I would honestly say 18. I think that's when your brain is like developed enough to kind of make a good conscious decision.
Which is scary though, because I feel like it's good that we're doing this video because I think that's very important too, because especially now boys and girls are having sprinkles a lot younger and people are getting involved a lot younger. Like it's becoming like normalized to have sprinkles or participate in sprinkles a lot younger, which is not okay. So at least if you're gonna be participating in sprinkles, then you should definitely be aware and have knowledge and be protected, obviously. Because you can't stop everyone from participating in sprinkles, which is scary. But
yeah, we're not supporting young premarital sex, but at the end of the day, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. You're gonna make decisions regardless without us, so if you do, we're just gonna give you some safety, some safety advice. This is kind of like big brother, big sister. So, not mom and dad right now.
Coming from a woman, what's the best advice that you could give coming from like the woman's side of things?
Like
or growing up as a girl, just in general?
You know what? I had a sex talk really early. Probably, I didn't even really know, like, it didn't make sense to me till years later. I think I was in first grade, Miss Koberg's class, and I had a project that night for the book fair, right? So I was decorating my poster, and my sister, who was like 5 years older, was in middle school. And my parents decided to give her a sex talk, and since I was at the table doing my poster, I got the sex talk as well. So first grade was my first like sex talk. But I was pulled out of the bees and like birds like day of school. Like I wasn't able to go that day.
Mm-hmm.
So as a woman, I would say, yeah, just be prepared. Men are more like, let's go about it. As a woman, you are automatically more emotional. You will think about things more in depth, and that's just like designed by nature. So make sure when you think about something, like have time to think about it and reflect. Don't make any rash decisions, because then you'll like regret it, and then it just won't be what you thought it was, and it'll kind of like mess up your experience. Just be mature and be smart about it. And there's nothing wrong with saying, no, I'm not ready.
I mean, that's a good point though that you brought that up, because like you said, like how sometimes sprinkles for a guy is a lot different from sprinkles for a girl. And that's why I think for a girl, for a woman, you really have to be careful, especially about like your first time or who you decide to have sprinkles with, because sprinkles for a guy sometimes is literally just sprinkles and it's nothing. Like you mean nothing to the guy, which is so
He's
sad.
Just collecting his cookies.
Yeah, she just collected his sprinkles on his cookie, okay? So, and then for you, it can mean everything. You can be in love with
him.
You can be in love with them and think about it for freaking the rest of your life when he doesn't even remember your name, and that's not okay. I feel like it should be a mutual special thing for both of you guys.
Yeah.
So,
especially if it's your first time, you want that to be a good experience to remember, because it's something you're always gonna remember.
And a lot of little boys are just just don't even care, okay? And it's just getting worse and worse, okay? I have little brothers, and the stories that I hear about the young generation of boys are it's just sad, okay? And it makes me scared for when my nieces grow up, or if we have a daughter, it just makes me...
I know, our nieces, we're interrogating everybody.
It just makes me scared, because little boys are just gross, just trying to stick their little pepper into everything, okay? And I'm just not okay with that.
But little boys, we love you, and this is for you too. Don't let girls take advantage of you, because you're cute and good looking and charming, okay?
Okay, so let me go for advice for boys then.
Okay, for boys.
I would say advice for boys. I would say not to be pressured into having sex early by like friends, or having like that pressure of like, you need to do it, bro.
Like as a man?
As a man, like, come on, man, you need to go do that. Like, I think that's so immature, especially, and it doesn't even have to be like that. And for the guys who are like that, that is so corny and old to be like that, that shouldn't even be a thing anymore.
Pressure?
Yeah, like pressuring, like, yo, you haven't had sex yet? Like, wow, bro, like,
are you gay?
That's not how the world should work. And don't be the one that gets pressured into that, okay? Stand up for yourself, be strong, and whenever you're ready is when you're ready, okay? Right. That doesn't determine when you're a man or not. Especially for the younger guys in the LS gang. A little story about us, okay?
Oh, I know exactly this.
And this is very...
He's just like a gigolo or something.
This is very important, okay? This is very important.
Okay.
Let's just say, guys, you have a crush at school, and you have good taste. So your crush at school happens to be one of the prettier girls at school. Especially now how the world is designed, okay? How our younger generation is designed. If someone is the prettier girl in school, prettier girl in the group, guaranteed a lot of individuals, a lot of little horny boys are hitting up that girl for whatever reason, bad intentions or not. By now, she already knows the deal and kind of already knows what every guy wants, okay? Because most guys are hitting her up talking about come over at 1 a.m. Girls know what it means when you're talking about come over.
Yeah, we know.
1 in the morning,
we know,
okay?
You don't want to play Monopoly.
You don't want to play Monopoly at 1 in the morning, okay? You want to play the cheeks, okay? At 1 in the morning.
Play tickle the butt.
Tickle the booty, okay? So the best way to go about it, if you really do like someone, if you really do like a girl, the best way to really get her attention
is to be different.
Is to be different. And basically never even approach the conversation about sex. Not even talk about sex. Not even make it seem like you want sex, because that's what every guy wants. That's what every guy is talking about, especially when they don't care about her. If you're the one not talking about it, not breaking up, she's like, wow, like I guess he just doesn't want sex. He actually enjoys me, enjoys the time hanging out. And that is gonna show a lot.
Or he has secrets he's hiding. It's one of the...
No. And that's gonna show a lot by being the one who's kind of just chill and you know, let's just hang out. Not like, oh, you wanna come over tonight? Like you wanna whatever. Like you go to the movies, like you wanna go come back to my place? Like I mean, I don't know what little boys are doing it now at your mom and dad's houses. Be the one.
Oh stop! We were at your mom's house. You're inviting me over.
Okay, well anyways, I'm still old enough. Okay, I was still past 18. So anyways, be the one that's different.
Be
the one.
You're gonna tell them our story.
And be the one that shows respect. Okay. Now to our story. That's exactly what happened with me. Never did I ever say anything about sex. Never did I anything, not did I ever bring it up. Because I knew that the booty tickling was gonna happen eventually. Okay, I knew that sprinkles was gonna happen eventually, obviously. That wasn't what my main focus was. I knew that if that was how I was approaching it, then why would I even be looking for any type of serious relationship with this girl, okay? The thing that really was the breaker for her, the thing that really made her just wrapped around my finger, okay, is this story right here.
Ridiculous, guys.
So this is like what date is this? Second date? Third day? This is brand new. Like it's still very, very new. When I slept on the couch.
Oh yeah, I think it was after our second date. And it was like during the week and we were like talking or whatever, and I was like, you wanna go to the beach? Like being all cool, like
okay, let me stop you there. So she comes over to my house. I used to live at my mother's house in Malibu, okay, before I moved out with her and everything.
So you sent me the address, it was an hour drive. I was like,
so she came over so she came over to my house at like 2 in the morning.
No, it was not 2, it was like 12.
So it was like midnight at Malibu. We went to the beach at midnight on a weeknight, okay?
On a work night, so we both worked.
On a work night. So we went down to the beach. It was midnight, okay, so it was super late. Basically it got to about 2 in the morning. She's tired, I'm tired. But I didn't want her to drive back to her house late, you know, like I could, you know, she can get in a car crash or whatever. I don't want her to fall asleep with the wheel or whatever.
You have to like in the canyons. You have to like go through the canyons to leave.
It's just not safe to drive at that time. So I said, why don't you just come up to my house, take it, you know, sleep there, wake up in the morning and then go to work, okay? Or, you know, sleep for some hours or whatever. I don't really know what it was. I just said, come up to the room and, you know, go to sleep. So obviously as a woman, right, you don't know me that well. If a guy says that, you obviously...
It's a red flag. You're like...
What are you thinking?
Oh no.
Obviously, I'm trying to get to the booty tickling.
I'm like, oh, it's going so well.
Obviously, she's like, wow, like he's gonna ruin it. He's already gonna try
so tell him what happened.
to play sprinkle. So what I did...
No, wait, tell him what happened. I just sat there.
so like after I said that, she was just being all awkward like...
I didn't. I was really tired, but I was like, I do not want to go because he's gonna think that I'm like, yeah, take my pants off, but I wasn't. So I was like, shoot, I was weighing my options, and he was like, well, you've been quiet for a long time, so I'm assuming that like you're not interested.
So I was just like, okay, well, you don't have to. I mean, like, I don't want it to be a weird thing, right? But ended up, she's saying yes, okay? So she ends up wanting to go to sleep. So we go back to the house, and in my room, in my old room, in my mom's house, I just have a bed and a little couch.
Like a little decorative couch. It wasn't like a comfy.
No. So what I did,
so it's like these chairs put together.
Yes. So as soon as we got in the room, what did you do?
I literally took off my shoes and I ran in his bed and like went under the cover and was like, good night, set my alarm. No.
Basically made no room for like, she made it clear that she was not with the booty tickling. Okay.
Like, I'm napping.
And what I did, being the smooth gentleman myself, what I did was, what did I do? Did I bring another blanket for you?
No, you know what I think you did? Now that I'm like going through it in my head, I think you sat next to me on the bed and like rubbed my head. And that's where my like addiction started.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm even smoother than I thought. Anyways, the main story is though, she came up there, slept on my bed in my sheets, right? So she went in my bed, was sleeping in my bed. It was like 2 in the morning. I have work in the morning too. I'm tired as well.
No, you didn't. You worked in the evening. You didn't have work till
5
Oh,
yeah, you're right. I
had work 8 a.m. bright and early.
So anyway, sleeping in my bed, I went and I slept on a little uncomfortable couch, freaking like this little blanket, and just slept in the little uncomfortable couch and let her have my whole big bed to herself. And I easily could have slept there in my bed and I'd be completely fine as long as I didn't touch you. But I didn't. I wanted to double make sure that she felt comfortable. That she knew, obviously, that like that wasn't my intentions. I just wanted her to be comfortable and feel safe. And I wanted her to feel like I was just some creep who was out there, okay? And that night is what happened after that. Because after that, she wanted the booty tickling after that.
No, okay. Anyways, back to our main. That was really sweet. Good move.
Good move.
I love you.
So that's just a little story about us.
Okay, but should we talk about our first time?
I think we should close it out by talking about our first time.
Okay,
this is personal,
let me lead it.
Because we've never talked about this before. We've
My mom would not like to see
ever
this.
talked about our first time before. So this is the story.
Sorry, Mom.
From This Is L&S of our first time with sprinkles?
This is very personal, guys. You're the only people to know this. I mean, no friends, no family.
Well, everyone's gonna know now.
Sorry, grandparents and so forth. But you guys have all had sprinkles too.
And this is mature. This is a mature conversation. This is very informational. We really do want this to help a lot of the people who message us and email us.
And
honestly.
It's normal, it's natural. Everyone has sprinkles at some point. How do you think we got here? Think your grandparents are innocent? They're not.
They were sprinkling it up.
So, this is how it all went down. We had been dating for a couple of months at the time, right? And we would just kiss. It was like all we would do, we would just kiss. We'd hang out every weekend and just kiss and just cuddle. And it was cute.
But what kind of kissing was it?
We're not getting into that.
Okay, anyways, it was just kissing, passionate kissing. That's fair. Passionate kissing. Okay.
I'm literally so embarrassed.
Oh my god, passionate kissing.
Okay, so we were kissing like young folks do, okay? And he had mentioned to me, had brought to my attention that he thought it was a good idea if we both go get tested for STDs.
Boom.
Right? That's a great idea, which I'm like 100% for, and we support that. Everyone should go get tested. You can get tested for free at Planned Parenthood, men and women. We stand with Planned Parenthood. You can go get tested there. You can get free birth control from there. And if you're underage and you don't want your parents to know, then they have a non-disclosures, and they're a really good place. So if you need like birth control, STD testing, if you have an STD,
because things happen, and I think
life happens.
So especially for women, you should definitely have something that's like that can help you.
As a man too, Planned Parenthood helps men too. Just so you guys know that if like you have an STD, things happen. Sometimes you aren't as careful as you should be. You can go there for medication. Not sponsored. We just love Planned Parenthood because I think it's such a great place and everyone should know. And we donate there because we support it. So we stand with Planned Parenthood, by the way. But anyways, so he mentioned that we should both go get tested, which I support. But I kind of think that he got the idea from me. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. So one evening, things got a little frisky, a little close, and I was like, "Wait, we have to go get tested." And he was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I was like.
And I think he went the next day. No, what's even funnier is I think that evening he was like, I think we had both gotten tested, and we were just waiting on our results, is what it was, because we both went like a day or two apart. And we were just waiting on our results. We went to two separate places. I think he had gotten his back first.
I did.
He had gotten his back first via email, right? And mine was gonna be a phone call. So I was waiting for the phone call. And that night I was like, wait, we have to wait till like our results come back. Everything's like good. Like I want you to have like peace of mind. And he was like, okay, let's go drive to the place where I got tested. And if you pay $200, you can get your results on the spot. And he was ready to pay for it.
I was ready to pay for it, yeah.
But anyways, our first time, I really can't remember our first time that vividly.
You remember something significant about our first time I think we should talk about, because I think it'd be humorous.
What?
That it hurt.
To be 100% honest, guys, it was awful.
What?
It was awful.
Okay, but like...
And I mean awful! Like I was so uncomfortable. In my head, I had this idea of just like fantasy, and it was not. It was very...
That sounds so bad though. Like you need to quickly explain more of what's going on.
It hurt very bad. To the point where like, I just accepted that we weren't gonna have like a sexual relationship. It hurt for like a long time. I would say like months.
What?
Like, at least like 2 months.
Damn. I didn't know all that.
And like...
It was just, and also it's bad for the guy, especially, okay, you care about the woman. You care about, like, at this point, I'm basically almost, like, I almost love her already at this point.
No, you already were saying you loved me.
So, anyway, okay, well, I loved her, so obviously deciding to participate in sprinkles. We did, like, the most mature way possible, honestly, and this is the real honest truth.
We waited,
got tested, all of that, like, that's like...
But just to clarify, if you don't want to wait, you don't have to. You should just get tested and make sure your partner gets tested. But having sex on the first date versus the 5th date doesn't make you any less of a person.
So obviously, as a man, and then you love your woman and you're participating in sprinkles, you don't want them to not enjoy what's going on. You don't want to be the only one that enjoys what is going on.
And the other person's like...
Yeah, like that's not... Show the face again, what? Our first time was not the best because she was in pain and we were like, damn, how is this gonna work?
And I was like, you know, I just think it's just me. I just don't.
This is so funny. We've never talked about this before. But this is good. This is good. And it came at a time because obviously the LS gang was calling upon us. So
this is for you guys. I would never do this for anyone else, only and strictly to help.
So that is the story of our first time, okay? And everything obviously just got better, obviously, from there on out till now. We're straight now.
Okay.
We're good now. That's the story of our first time. I really hope that this conversation about SEX, aka sprinkles, definitely
Give
did
you
something
some
for you guys.
enlightenment, guys. And guys, if you have any questions that you would like us to answer,
Please DM us.
and you know, if we see them, we get to them. Know
So-
that.
So as always, guys, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join the Sprinkle Gang. Peace.
One.